to a new episode of They Said We Said. I'm here with Loke and Ham Solo, the stars of our show. Gentlemen, what have you been playing this last week?
All right, man. What's up? What's up, Kalila? What's cracking?
Well, I wanted to know what you guys have been playing this last week. Kind of give me a rundown on what's new and what you guys have been doing.
Well, I guess I'll go first on this. This whole weekend at least, I've been playing Halo Infinite, but I've also been playing some Kena, and I finished The Last of Us, the first one, and I'm almost finished with God of War for PS5 as well. But right now I am dug in deep with Halo, and I am getting my ass handed to me every freaking match. Yeah. Like I might get.
I heard.
Oh man, like I might get a.
I heard the veterans are in.
The veterans are in, and they are stepping on people's necks right now. Mine being one of them. But I tell you what, but it's so smooth. It's so fun. I feel like the hitboxes could be a little bit better because I feel like or it's either that or I'm just pumping people full of lead and somehow getting killed. Like I said, I'm not the best at
the game. Yeah.
I'm not the best at the game, but it does feel like sometimes when I'm using a powerful weapon, like I'm taking a lot of shots with what I think is powerful. I don't feel like I should be using an entire clip like you would on a assault rifle. But then again,
okay, Mr. Xbox was the greatest console of all time. Enough about Halo. Okay, I was playing. I was as the Sony pony that I am. I was playing first person. Not first person. Single player games. I was playing Hades and Aragami. I have a long and sordid history with Aragami, the first one. Absolutely loved it. I wrote a review. It will be coming out on the Cross Players soon. Plug. And I clocked Aragami 2 in 3 days. Sorry. Hades was interesting. It was very interesting. Lots of death, but the loop of how you die, I think, was the most interesting. It's not what you would expect. Like from what people told me, I got lots of Dark Souls vibes from Hades, and then when I gave it a go, it's so much more. Fantastic game. FYI, I think I know I have a crush on a character called, I think it's Magera or Magera, I don't know. Her voice, oh my God. Her voice, man. Look, I'm married. I'm not cheating. I'm just saying her voice. Whew. Yeah, so that's what I was playing. Amazing voice. I don't know who the voice actress is, but if I can find out, I will find out, and then I'm gonna share it on Twitter. I'm in love with her voice.
You just play the game.
There's a lot to say about a woman's voice.
I don't need to know what you do in that single player game. I don't need to know.
Dude, you know what? I need you to listen to her voice and then we can talk.
Okay, whatever.
Like Kalela won't get it, but you will get it. Her voice, man. Oh,
okay. All
right.
Well, while you guys were playing video games, I was, playing around with one of my favorite topics: international trade, supply chain. I know there's a lot of talk about shortages with the consoles. How is that impacting you guys? Loke, how is that impacting you being in Africa?
For me, it's not that bad, because the issue here is it's supply, yes, but mostly it's money. Not a lot of people have the money to buy the console day one. So there's lots of availability in certain areas, but most areas there's no consoles at all. And I did a bit of impromptu research when I was having breakfast, I think on Thursday. The BBC had this report on Toyota cutting production because of the lack of chips, and I just thought it was ridiculous that Toyota was even bringing up the fact that PlayStation and Xbox are making it exponentially harder for them to make cars because of the amount of demand in the gaming market. It's to the point where so I don't know if you guys know how this works.
Companies, that's
industries,
insane.
Yes, industries, not companies, industries.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because you're pointing fingers at each other, but that's not what's happening. There's a major shift in priorities. Yeah, well,
yes.
Well, when you look at the global economy, the shift in priorities is what? Space. And when you talk about space, you're talking about rare earth materials, and that's what's going to get them to space. That's going to help them mine in space. They see that in game as resulting in what? More processors, more chips, more rare materials, what we call rare earth materials, that go into making these processors and these chips. So, they like to point at each other, but really it's really a shift in priorities for the human race rather than
one of the execs, this British guy, I don't remember his name, he was specifically pointing the finger at PlayStation and Xbox because of the console launch. Because of the launch last year, the demand is so high, and then with COVID, the amount of people that are willing to pay for new console is at an all-time high. Like Xbox says that the Series X is the fastest selling console they've ever had. PlayStation says the PS5, same thing. And it's getting to the point where, it's getting to the point where what happens is the people that dig up these raw materials and then sell them on to these companies, they get the best offers from the game companies. So the buying power of Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo is above your Toyotas, Volkswagen, all these guys that are cutting production because they can't buy enough chips. It's crazy. And now we're supposedly going to be in this situation until 2023.
I mean, I don't know if it's buying power or if it's just pure operational costs that are factoring into the company's profit and their desire to make a purchase from those quarries or those mines. But I definitely think it's interesting. Ham, I mean, you've had a completely different experience here in the States. I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah. My experience here, I mean, like I said, I got all the consoles. I got a 3080 in my PC, but like, it sounds cool and like, oh man, you got both PlayStation and the Xbox at launch. You got your 3080 a couple months after you really wanted to try to go get it. Sure. But like, I had to bust my ass to do that. Like, it was really hard. Like, and I mean, I got a few consoles for other friends or whatnot, but like, it was a full-time kind of like, actually, I shouldn't say it was a full-time, but it was a heavy part-time job trying to just.
It was a mission.
Track. Yeah, it was a full-on mission, and it was hard. So like, and with it still being hard out there, it's gonna be hard probably until like 2023. I'd be surprised if it eased up at all until at least then. Just for the fact that like, you still go onto Twitter if you're following people like Linus and other big tech companies or not tech companies, but like people that follow tech, buy tech. What was that? Jake Randall. Jake Randall is a dude that's always on YouTube saying, get on the live stream with me at 4 a.m. We're gonna be getting the PS5. Like, you have to follow stuff like that if you want the console now. unless you're if you're expecting just to go into the grocery store, or not the grocery store, but the Walmart or the Best Buy or whatnot, it's not gonna just be readily on the shelves anytime soon. Now it does come to shelves now. Best Buy did just start releasing them to the shelves. I personally
there are people standing in line outside.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's on the shelf.
It's 2003 all over.
But you're not just gonna walk into you're not just gonna walk into Best Buy and just be like, oh, I'm gonna go grab a PS5 because I just got the money for it. And it's like, nah, man. You're gonna ask the associate, when do I need to be back here? When are you guys gonna be loaded back up? And if they
you better tip them.
Yeah.
You better tip him.
Yeah. And if they like you, then you might get some information out of them. That's how I got my 3080 for the Micro Center. I went straight up to an associate and just started joking with him. And I was like, I'm not even gonna ask because I think it's a dumb question. But and then he's like, oh, video cards, and I was like, yeah, of course. And then he's like, oh, well, which one are you looking for? And I was like, oh, I'm looking for a 3080. And he's like, well, do you mind like waiting in like line or whatnot? And I was like, I don't care. And he's like, well, my advice would be to be here Monday at 9 p.m. because they usually drop here on Tuesdays. So like I came there 9 p.m. was lucky to be the second person in line, but by the time the morning came up, there's like 100 people behind me, and only like 20 of us got cards.
Wait, so you? Wait, you waited all night?
Yeah. All night. Yep. I was there from 9 p.m. all the way until they opened at 10 a.m. So yeah, I was one of those people in line.
What were you doing?
What was I doing? I had my Switch with me, so I was just playing Switch, and I was playing a little bit of Xbox on my phone. And I was just listening to music. But the crazy cool thing about our Micro Center was when it got late at night, everybody counted their spot as their chair. So you could leave and go use the restroom. You could go to the you could go to the gas station, and the other people in line would keep your spot for you. So like,
that's so cute.
So yeah, it was really nice.
That
so
is
like,
adorable.
I went to my car and I took like a 5-hour nap, and then got back up, went into line, and then another person. It was like shifts of us just like keeping up on each other. Like
that reminds me.
Like people say it's stupid, but there's a camaraderie that kind of comes with it. I met a dude that fixed me up with Nice Hash, and I can get crypto on my computer. I would have never knew how to do that if I didn't meet this dude in line sitting overnight, and we just had plenty to talk about because we had plenty of
time. Waiting in line for hours. It just reminds me of Alex. There was a couple of years in Zim where we had to wait in line to buy bread. Otherwise, you didn't have bread for breakfast. That was wild. Anyways,
I will say this, just to wrap up this part of the conversation. I think it is a daydream for those people who are concerned about the climate, that we are putting away vehicles, the purchases of vehicles, and trading it in for video games. It'd be really great to see, instead of them pointing fingers at each other, the car companies and the gaming companies team up to work on some of that automated driving that we talked about in our last episode, and actually hire some of these gamers, especially during a pandemic when so many people are struggling to find quality work. So you guys, Overwatch 2 is finally coming. What's that?
Sorry, before we move on, I just wanted to say, the moment that I sat down and thought, okay, this is real, is when the US president signed an executive order for funding to increase the chip manufacturing in the US. That's when I was like, oh, okay, this is serious. I think it was like 30 something billion US dollars. That is wild. For video games, man. For video games.
I have not read about that. All right, guys. Well, Overwatch 2, that's finally coming. What are your thoughts? Are you looking forward to playing? Or are you going to be on the first list for purchase?
No. You can go first.
No.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
No, I'm just not that interested in it. I mean, it looks like a fun game. I really got into like Paladins, which is very, very similar to a game like Overwatch. But it's not Overwatch, and I know it's not ever gonna be.
And it's dead.
Good. Yeah, Paladins is very dead. But Overwatch is just, I don't know. It's just not my kind of, not really my kind of game.
Okay. Guess it's just me then. Yeah, listen, Overwatch. It's not amazing, but to say it hasn't had an impact on the gaming industry would be ridiculous. This is a very, very big game.
Oh, it's competitive as hell. It has its own league.
Yeah. And unfortunately, for me, the thing that frustrates me about Overwatch 2 is the time between announcements. I don't like it when publishers say a game is coming and then it takes 3-4 years to come out. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2018 or 19 that they announced Overwatch 2. And now there's rumors that Overwatch 2 is coming next year. So it could be 2023 if it doesn't come out next year. I don't like that type of practice where you're just, I don't know, it feels like you're leading people on. I'm probably wrong, but or maybe I'm exaggerating, but it does feel like that. I like it when publishers are like, for example, Overwatch 2 is coming next year, March. Like you see what the announcement for Sifu. We first got glimpses of this game at the beginning of this year, and it's coming out March or the beginning of next year. You know, those type of cycles I like and I respect. And as far as Overwatch 2, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna play it for, I don't know, 10 hours. I'm gonna be horrible. People are gonna dunk on me, and then I'm just gonna move on to the next game. But I'm excited for it to get to launch. I'm excited for it.
All right, yeah. I mean, it is talking about launching, I think it said before the summer, if I read it right. Yeah.
Second quarter of next year.
So I mean, I'm not opposed to trying it because, like I said, it just doesn't. Like the last one just didn't interest me that much. But I also
not the last one.
Seen. Yeah, I know. But the last one that was out just wasn't that interesting personally to me because I never had I don't know, like in games like that, I feel like you need a team, and I guess you'd have to kind of either know some people that are into it or go on to the, like how Xbox or PlayStation has ways that you can like meet friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's the way to do it.
It just doesn't drive me to hurry up and like meet somebody.
And one of the best ways to do it is to like main a healer. No one wants to be a healer. No one. So just upgrade your healer and get really good at that, and then go to like the message boards or whatever and be like, yo guys, I'm a level 30 healer. You're gonna get invites like all over the place. So
good tip.
So are you guys disappointed?
I thought of them.
Look always has the tips, Sam. So Lost Ark, I know that was pushed back to 2022. In some ways, would you have preferred to see that come out this year over Overwatch 2?
I mean, it looks really cool. Definitely a game that I think I could kind of get into. I don't really know enough about it, but just from the way it looks really immersive and something I could see myself sitting down and playing for quite some time. Yeah, that's really all I got to say. I have to see more of this game, but the type of action that's in it is really inspiring.
Okay, For me, I see lots of red flags. First off, it definitely looks like a Black Desert ripoff. You guys know Black Desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for me, I don't like Black Desert at all.
I didn't like Black Desert at all either.
At all. I gave it a real go. Like, I sat down for an entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was like, no matter how much this frustrates me, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna keep bashing my head against the wall like I'm playing Dark Souls 3. FYI, I still haven't passed the first boss on Dark Souls 3. Anyone want to coach me? You got my Twitter. Anyway, yeah. So it looks a lot like Black Desert, and that's worrying. And then it's being localized by Amazon Games. Anything connected to Amazon Games for me is just very worrisome. They had that game, what's it called, that game that they released and then they unreleased. That was the first time I ever saw that happen.
Which one are we talking about?
Amazon. They released this game that they then unreleased.
Oh, I don't know.
Damn it. Crucible. Oh my God. What a show. Crucible was so bad. So bad. So bad they unreleased it. This had never happened.
Let's not add shame
in the history
insult.
of video games.
Let's not salt the wound.
I'm just saying, Kelala, this is a game that made history. There's no game that had ever been released and then unreleased. Never in the history of video games.
At least they pulled it down. At least they had the.
Oh my God.
We're getting towards the end of our program. Let's just spend a couple more minutes. I don't even know if it's worth the time, but our gaming Twitter spaces worth a couple of minutes of our time, guys. Look, Ham, what's your opinion on these Twitter spaces?
They're fun to listen to. I really enjoy listening to them. It's just hilarious. I mean, everybody has like their own opinion, including me. I hop into the spaces sometimes and talk my stuff, but like, depending on the spaces that you hop in is gonna be your experience. And it's really weird because sometimes when I hop into somebody that's like, because as crazy as it is, as much as like a certain fan group will diss on spaces, that same group is the one.
I love how you're dancing around it. I love it.
That same group is in the spaces. So it's like really weird that they're saying, oh, I don't know why you guys are up in these spaces, but then they're in the spaces. And they're always there talking. But then they make fun of other people for being in the spaces and saying, oh, you don't have time gaming. You only got time to be in the spaces. But like, people are
You're
working.
Here too.
People are working. People are not always trying to be holding a controller, and that's understandable. Most of us gamers are casual, and that is just fine. There's nothing wrong with casual gaming.
For fellowship. You
don't have to be a crazy, hardcore 8 million gamer score or whatever to be able to.
Hey, hardcore gamers are not crazy.
Hardcore gamers are crazy, yeah, sure, but
no, they're not.
Yeah, they are. They can.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're passionate.
There you go, Kalala. There you go.
Okay.
As a woman, I know there's no such thing as being crazy. We're just very passionate about things.
So sometimes I feel like you guys don't.
And when you are hardcore anything, when you commit your life to any one thing, you better be passionate about it. Right, Ham?
Why are they crazy?
What? Because I'm kind of crazy and I play a lot of freaking games. That's so that's the way that I'm putting it. Is like just for instance, go to Twitter. Just go to Twitter for 10 minutes. Just look around the timeline and tell me that they ain't crazy. Some of them are out of their minds, and it's okay. It's okay to have your own
one reason why they're crazy.
Give me an example of something that you've read.
Unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, give me one unrealistic expectation.
Okay, somebody asking people to change the way that you move in Halo, or the way Kita should be. Yeah, same.
Are you jumping the boats?
I'm guilty of it. Like I said, I can be crazy.
But no. I feel hold on.
I think you guys are over stigmatizing the word crazy as if it's like the worst thing ever to be called is crazy. It's not.
Because it's truly passion. What you're talking about there are people who are critiquing. And let me tell you something, those people who made the game, those people who have an invested interest in the profitability of those games are listening to that. If they're wise, they're listening to those crazy, passionate people, because they're the ones who are picking up on the loopholes and the things that are making it less than perfect. And really, the easiest way to identify a flaw in your game is to release it to the public, let them give their critiques, and then take the feedback and run with it. That's the easiest way to solve a problem instead of spending years trying to fix all the bugs in your game. Just release it to the general public.
So for me, Ham, my main issue with you calling hardcore gamers crazy is not because calling someone crazy is the worst thing in the world. It's just that there's a stereotype attached to crazy. Twitter Spaces, when it's like 3 or 4 people, you can get somewhere in terms of dialogue on whatever it is you're talking about. As soon as like 15, 20, 100 people, all types of happens. And you see people that aren't interested in discussing the subject. Like, I'm sure you've experienced what I'm about to describe. I once saw a Twitter space that someone recorded where it was 5 minutes, no kidding. It was 5 minutes of guy 1 saying, cry more, cry more. That's all he was saying. Guy 2 was saying, your console sucks, your console sucks, your console. Guy 3 is just saying, you're both stupid. Guy 4, this is for 5 minutes. Nothing constructive is happening. It's just a bunch of people shouting over each other.
Vomit. Just word vomit.
Yeah, and whoever can keep on shouting for the longest can then present whatever dumb point they have to present, because the other 4 guys are tired of repeating the same thing that they've been saying for the last 5 minutes, so they shut up. Then the 5th guy is like, yeah, so what I was trying to say is that console X is dumb because I don't have it, and that I don't like that specific type of exclusive that console is trying to push to me. So that's why for me, Twitter Spaces most of the time, Twitter Spaces that are gaming focused most of the time is just a waste of time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of you guys. I've seen that in everyday life, not just in these Twitter, gaming spaces. It's there are people like that in the world, and I think that we could leave it on a positive note to remind everyone to just be mindful of their words and be kind. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And if you do want to critique them, at least say it in a way that's going to inspire them to listen to you. The goal is to not divide, it's to unite everyone and bring us together and figure out where our strengths are and how we can make the next game or the next generation a little bit better.
That exactly, you encapsulated exactly what I hate about Twitter Spaces is no one comes there with the intention. They'll name the Twitter space, they'll name it discussion about Halo Infinite, for example, but it's not really a discussion because the person that made the space is someone that is against anything Xbox produces, and then 80% of the people that are invited to the space or that get into the space agree with exactly that, and no one is trying to talk. They're just trying to, what is it called?
Echo chamber.
Circle jerk. That's what it turns into.
That's a terrible term.
You think my
That's
term was terrible.
Image.
That was pretty bad.
I think it fits because you know what?
It does.
It's
real.
This is something. There's someone that has me blocked. I have very few people that have blocked me on Twitter, but there's someone that has me blocked for that specific reason. Because I was like, dude, I'm not trying to talk to people that believe what I believe. I'm trying to talk to people that don't believe what I believe, so I can maybe learn other different insights and points of view. You don't learn anything if you speak to people that think or believe what you believe. You're just reinforcing what you already have. And these spaces, for me, it just boils down to a bunch of people reinforcing what their core beliefs, and then the 15 or 10% of people that want to come in with new ideas or different perspectives get shouted down. No one is interested in, okay, this guy said X. Let's analyze what he said and see how it fits. The idea is to let's analyze what he says and how can we destroy it. For me, I don't see
Which is disappointing, because I feel like most people end up shouting over each other because it's been so long that they felt unheard. And now we're in a world that offers so many avenues for you to express yourself, to share your opinion. Like, we have to slay those proverbial dragons. You have to move on and stop feeling unheard and speak up in a way that people want to hear you. You know, it's
such a waste. It's such a waste when you focus. You've got the whole world to talk to, but you decide, I'm only going to talk to the people that agree with me. It's such a waste. Exactly, such a waste of intellectual potential for any subject, not just gaming, religion, politics, everything. If you only have your own ideas, then you're poor. In my opinion, you're someone that's okay with having less. And these Twitter spaces, Ham, I know you enjoy them. With me, I'm very selective, man. Like, I only get into Twitter spaces that I know, like, okay, the moderator is this guy. You usually only messes with people that are interested in, a proper conversation. If you can't speak to someone, for me, I have no interest. So yeah, for me, Twitter spaces most of the time, that's an L for me.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time they are. I mean, straight up. Especially, what drives me the most nuts is when I see somebody, like you were saying earlier, that is like more Xbox, but they're talking about PlayStation. Or they're more PlayStation and they're talking about Xbox.
What are you doing?
And like, they are not there to talk about how good or how positive something can be changed. They're there to just
enjoy.
They're there to stoke the fire, to gas the flame, to really have those that are into the system that they're bashing on hop into the space where they have no chance of winning any sort of argument. Like, either they come there with the most level head, they come there and have absolute facts, or they come there and have an absolutely reasonable opinion. It doesn't matter, because the person that's hosting has all these followers that's on there that don't want to hear anything good about what you have to say. They don't want to hear how positive of a change or how this game is really nice. They only want to hear you get beat up. You are you are what's
you and your
dinner.
Selected box. Box, whichever box.
You are what's for dinner. You are what's for dinner when you hop in and you ask to speak at one of those. So I am mostly revolving myself around Xbox. Like I said, I play PS5 and PC games as well.
And you believe that the original Xbox was the greatest console of all time. I'm never going to let you live down that L, dude. Yeah, that was a big ass L. for the rest,
hater.
Oh my God.
Hater. But anyways,
it's really Ham. You really point out an important subject there. That there's so many people in the world who will follow you. And those folks will not always follow you for the right reasons. They might follow you around just to bring you back down. So it's really important that you surround yourself with people who are going to help you build upon the foundation and the temple that you've started building, because there are people out there who are just looking to burn down temples, and you've got to avoid them at all costs.
You know what? And something else I wanted to point out real quick is sometimes you meet people that are just like you, that really just want some respect, and they really just want to have a good conversation. You meet them out of speaking your piece at somebody that is really just out to disrespect you. So I've met some really cool people. I've got some really good follows from some people where I just spoke my piece at a place where I was not invited. I was not invited at all. But I spoke my piece, and somebody within there heard what I had to say and felt like I was telling some truth, and I got some follows by that. There is some positives that come out of hopping in some of them toxic spaces. There is some positivity out there.
And that's a powerful space to be in, to be a voice crying out in the middle of, in a den of lions, and
or all of them being there to attack in the wind.
Sometimes a fart in the wind. Yep. Sometimes you end up just being a fart in the wind, though. That's real. Anyways,
and everyone downwind can take a big whiff.
Oh my goodness! Just.
Take nature all in.
Oh goodness. In conclusion, for me, if I could speak to everyone that's on the blue side that says that it's the best side, but spends their whole existence talking about the green side, and the green side that spends their entire existence talking about the blue side, I would say y'all could learn something from the fans of Nintendo. These guys, seriously, I've met some Nintendo fans. These guys don't give a shit. For real. You can post whatever, you can say, these guys, they don't reply, they don't complain. They just go out and buy the crap out of their games. They play the crap out of their games, and they keep it moving.
Yep. Nintendo didn't have no problems since the early 90s, man.
And the weird thing is, you look at their games, well, it's not weird, it's the way they've decided to develop their games. If you look at their games, they're nothing near the other two in terms of appearance. You can't even compare them. I saw someone make a dumb comparison of Kirby's
Kina. That was stupid.
Yeah. Or Kirby and Psychonauts 2. For me, when I looked at that, I was like, this is clearly someone that doesn't play games. Do you understand?
Right.
Because someone that plays games understands that appearance is 30% of the entire product. We all played Anthem. It looked great.
Oh yeah, it looked fantastic. It didn't look like what they said it was gonna look like.
But it looked much better than Kirby. It looked much better than Kirby. We all played Star Wars Battlefront 2. That looked great. Looks-wise, just for your pupils, it looked good, right? But the product wasn't. And for me, it's those type of conversations that get disseminated in the spaces. And for me, I'm not there for that. Not at all.
What I don't understand is you'd think that those blue and green folks talking about one another, that they would have at one time in their life said something that they regretted or felt bad about, or just said unintentionally, you'd think that they would remember that all of this is historical. People are going to be able to see this for years and years. You're painting yourself green or blue, and people see that, so don't pretend that, this isn't going to come back to create an image of who you are.
The issue is not painting yourself as partisan to one of the two. For me, you can paint yourself blue, green, red, it's fine. But you don't have to, there's no need to be bashing anyone on that's not on your side. Like you don't see people that love Mercedes bashing on people. Okay, actually, I have seen that. Let's just keep it moving.
I think the bottom line is constructive criticism is what's important. Words matter, and that you guys should just be nice.
Apparently, y'all trying to blow me out the water for some words. Jeez Louise.
Man.
That was just so everyone else wouldn't. We're on the same team. We're on the same team. We're building the same temple.
When you rewatch this video, you will see that no one was trying to destroy you. Okay? We're just making a point. No one talks about passionate people in other industries or hobbies as crazy.
When there literally is some people that are crazy.
They're not crazy.
I'm saying,
the people you're talking about.
On somebody's
Are we
life.
circling back? Okay, let's do this.
No, because I think we didn't redefine it when we spoke. I don't think we redefined it because we talked about crazy and passionate. We all agree on passionate people, but Ham was talking about the crazy people who are out to hurt and harm and destroy and pick apart others. And those types
those guys are crazy.
Those types of people, they have some emotional.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
Some emotional problems.
But and this plug.
That last part out.
I wrote an article about the separation between the crazies and the ultras. It's on GPN. I don't think we should group everyone together because there are those that are like super passionate and they just make jokes to bring attention to stuff. I'm not gonna name names, but there's guys that don't take this whole thing seriously because there's making fun and then there's just crossing a line.
Yeah.
For me, the guys that make fun, thumbs up. The guys that are just trying to destroy people and use spaces to even remove some people's sense of worth, those type of guys, for me, that's just a no-go. So that's why, and unfortunately, those guys make up the majority of the whole Twitter spaces around gaming. From what I have experienced, maybe your spaces are all great, but mine, majority, they cut.
I think that's pretty much true across many aspects of life, not just those groups. For the most part, people are very critical, very critical. I want to talk about Fist Forged in Shadow. It was released. What are your thoughts, Ham? Have you played it yet?
No, I haven't played it yet. It looks really cool. It is a side-scrolling game, which I know Loke absolutely loves. He can't wait to get his hands on it. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun watching him make these new video clips of that game. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
My god!
But anyways, the game looks really cool. It has a lot of fighting in it, a lot of different combinations that you can put together. I've only seen several videos of people playing. It isn't something I'm rushing out to go get, but it does look very interesting and something that I think I will eventually play later on down the road.
Yeah, it's a side scroller. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're not even going to take your opinion on the side scroller. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Do you have any opinions on that? Hello.
I still haven't found time to play it, but definitely gonna look into it in the coming weeks. It looks intriguing. I play its predecessor, it was not an online, an always online multiplayer game. But I'm willing to give this one a chance. It's probably going to be horrible, but I'm willing to give it a go. And it looks interesting.
So this is a battle royale game, right?
Yeah, something along those lines. I haven't really given it a go. It's not only battle royale. I was led to understand that there's also like joint missions you can maybe undertake and whatever. So
to me, the game just doesn't look that appealing. I mean, flat out. Whenever something says battle royale in it, it's like off the table for me. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, I mean, I'm a competitive person, but I like team competitive games, not so much where I'm just dropped on the earth and I have to go murder everything around me. I'm just like anything like Fortnite can miss me.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much, yeah, it's only battle royale. I would like to amend my previous statement that you could do joint missions. It is only battle royale. So on that note, I will not be giving it a go.
and you guys, I haven't even heard of this next game. Life is Strange: True Colors. Loke, have you heard of that game? Tell me about it.
Life is Strange is a game that a lot of disingenuous people would call a walking simulator. Something similar to the Walking Dead series, or what's that game? Detroit Become Human. So very story-focused game. Not much fighting, if any. You know, it's mostly like you have to time the X button or something like that. So yeah, a lot story heavy. The Life is Strange games, I played the first one. I couldn't finish it. I played the second one, and that one was a struggle to finish, but I did finish it. And I never went back to it. This one looks better. I haven't played it yet. It's definitely my backlog. I will play it one day, but I don't know, man. Like, it's not something that I'm dying to get my hands on. It looks interesting, but knowing what came before it and knowing that this is a sequel that will very much embrace what came before it, I'm not crazy about it at all.
Well, I'm not particularly crazy about it either. It does look like it has a lot of emotional attachment in the game, which looks really cool, which kind of drives me to want to try it out. I have actually never tried any of the Life is Strange video games at all, but I have seen some trailers for this one, and it really looks like it has a lot of emotion tied into it, where if someone's mad, it's a certain reaction, and it's almost like a therapeutic game where you're trying to like work with people on figuring out something, and almost kind of like in a way it kind of reminds me of Psychonauts. Like, I know not play style at all, it doesn't play anything like Psychonauts, but in the way of the game's supposed to be like looked upon as a healer kind of game, or hey, there's not there's not one way to do everything. Like there's always a way for things to be okay in the long run, as long as you take the right appropriate steps to get things taken care of. And I think that really displays what the way that you need to look at something in the future.
And it's not like, for me, like, I don't like games like Life is Strange. I've played all the Walking Dead games, all of them. And I've made it a point to 100% all of them. I love that type of game. you know me, I'm all about story. I love stories. It's just that the stories in Life is Strange games have not grabbed me at all.
What about that? There's that other game, Lost in Random, that also launched. Same scenario. Have either of you guys played that? Have you played it, Ham?
No. I mean, I haven't played it at all.
What are your thoughts?
Lost, from what you've seen.
Lost in Random. I mean, that's the game with the dice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game. So it looks really cool. It has like this kind of whimsical look to it. Definitely its own art style, kind of like a Psychonauts kind of thing. Like it's its own thing. You can't you can't compare something like Kina or something like.
Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Kina? Not Kena.
I think it's Kina, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Let somebody else correct me on that one that knows better. But you can't compare it to like something that's like over the top, like a Halo, Kina, or something that really went into like realism. It looks like its own art. So I think with that being said, it looks really interesting. It's not something that you're gonna mistake for another game. The idea of rolling the dice I thought was kind of cool because it's like I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know, like there's always that like mystery behind it. So I thought that aspect of the game looked really cool. But I have yet to play it, or I don't even know if it's out yet. Is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was
see,
released,
like
yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, I still got to check that game out a little bit more. But there's just so much stuff launching around this window and the beginning of 2022, which I did make a video on my own personal YouTube channel you can check out.
Plug.
Games coming out in the first quarter of next year. But there's just so much content. It's really hard to try to cover it all in a single video. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that in
me, Lost in Random, I will not be giving it a go because, like you said, Ham, it's basically goth Psychonauts 2. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, that doesn't speak to me. So I'm sure my son's gonna give it a proper bash as soon as I get it. I'm getting it next month. He saw it and he likes it, so I'm definitely getting it. But I'm not gonna install it on my Xbox. He's gonna put it on his.
Okay.
Loke, what about NBA 2K22? Are you interested in that game? I know it was released. What are your thoughts?
I'm very interested in NBA 2K because I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K since 2K10. 9, I think, and I've loved those games. I stopped in 2K15 because they introduced this microtransaction system called VC, where basically you didn't earn your way to becoming like a 98 or 99 rated player. You bought your way, and even if you tried to earn your way, first what they did was they throttled you. If I'm not mistaken, the first few games, like 15, 16, 17, they throttled your progression. So you could get there, but it was a mission. And then after that, it just became impossible. They put a cap on it. So if you don't participate in VC, you can only get to like an 80 or an 85, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. You could only be like decent, but not great. If you want to be great, you have to pay money. And
wow.
For me, yeah, so for me, 2K15 was when I started like scaling back, and 17 I was like, yes, I'm done. I'd rather not even have it. And it breaks my heart because I love basketball. I played it in high school and primary school as well. And it's such a big part of my life. Like during the NBA playoffs, sometimes I even take leave off, because for you guys, the games are played at normal hours. Around here, it's like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning to watch a game. So if I watch a game and I want to work the next day, then I got red eyes and I look like, I'm not productive. So I take it that seriously. I love the NBA, and not being able to play a game where I can have the career and embody something that I admire and dream about, it's heartbreaking. But my main curiosity, every time a new 2K comes out, my main question to anyone that actually bought the damn thing is, how's the monetization? How's the career? Can you actually become great without paying more money on top of the money you already paid for the game? If you can't, then for me, I'm good. I'll see it when it gets to Game Pass. But even then, I still feel kind of dirty. Even though games on Game Pass are almost free, I still feel kind of dirty downloading NBA 2K and then participating in VC. So even last year's 2K, when it came to Game Pass, I didn't even install it. I was like, no, on principle, until I can experience the career properly without paying to become better, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, at that point, they should just tell you what the price of the game is. Like, if you want the full spectrum of what the game has to offer, this is how much it costs, and that's what they should do.
Yeah,
but then that kind of ties into what Ham
stuff
was saying, where they're setting up, I say they, where whoever makes up the prices of these games when they drop, they're coming up with these crazy schemes of how to make more money off of the money that they're already making, and it's interesting to see.
But people pay, so
they're
gonna keep doing it. So yeah. It's that.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with microtransactions. I just don't feel like it should affect how good your player is. I feel like that is very dirty. That's a very dirty way of going along, of giving people an equal opportunity of playing the game, because then it's not an equal opportunity. You're saying, hey, this person's rich, so they can be the best, but this person, hey, that got the game for Christmas from like some parents, or got the game from a friend to try out for a few weeks, he will never get that good at the game. He can't even know what it feels like to be that good. And to me, when you're taking away that kind of experience, you're literally taking fun away from people. And to me, that's weird. But
it's almost like devaluating time,
And what makes it more dirty for me is that they're doing it with a sports title, because sports is like the last bastion of, you earn everything you have, and then they do that with a sports title. It's just, man, let's just move on.
It's weird. It's weird.
I'm getting nauseous.
I have 2K21 on my PC, which I enjoy that game. I think it's pretty fun and whatnot. But I mean, with what you're telling me right now, that kind of makes.
You should try the career. You should try the career.
And the only reason I got it was because Epic was having a sale on it where you could have it for free. So I got 2K21 for free for my PC, and I was just like, why not? Why not a free game?
Yeah. Dude, I still remember the afternoon that I was playing 2K. I'm not sure if it was 15 or 16. Again, if anyone can correct in the comments. I still remember the afternoon that I was playing the career mode. And I was like, man, this is so grindy, but I was getting better. I was like, whatever. And then I reached the cap. I think it was 85, maybe. But I reached the cap. And then I couldn't earn any more points to upgrade my player. And then every time I went to the upgrade screen, it just directed me straight to the VC. And then I went online, and then everyone was begging on this, like, wait, you if you want to be a 90-something rated player, you have to cough up money. That was like, it was such a sad afternoon for me because I just sat there and I was like, we lost FIFA in 2010. Now we're losing NBA 2K because 2K was microtransaction free up until then. It was so sad, man.
Yeah, FIFA's really bad.
Yeah,
FIFA's probably the worst. Like between them, yeah, just FIFA's the worst, I think.
Yeah,
because
FIFA's
you can
the
straight
worst.
up buy the best team ever.
Yeah.
And if you're decent at that
it's pretty
game,
bad.
it's just not fair.
Yeah, no matter how good you are, if you don't have the money, then it's gonna by the time the next FIFA comes out, you still won't have like a team full of legendary players if you want to play online or whatever. So it's pretty bad.
I heard a little bit about Tales of Arise launched as well. Ham, are you looking forward to that game?
So I am going to get that game eventually. I'm not running out to go get it right now because, like I said, I just have a lot of games on my plate currently. But yeah, that game looks really cool. I mean, I'm really into Scarlet Nexus. That's a very story-driven game. Has a lot of awesome fighting. A lot of teamwork is involved, and Tales of Arise encapsulates that really well. And their boss fights, no freaking joke. They look really tough, and that's something that I could really see myself kind of getting into.
Someone shared that it took them 3 hours to get through one of the bosses.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. I literally watched somebody stream.
Yeah.
I watched somebody stream it. I don't remember what his name was, but I watched him stream it, and he was getting his butt beat, but it looked so fun. It looked so fun, and every time he got knocked down to where, like, you know, he was dead essentially, he could go into his own pocket and heal himself. And I thought that was super cool because there's so many games now where you have to wait for the AI to come over there and figure it out. And if they get glitched and they're just like running into the wall over and over and over, kind of like Halo 5, you'll call somebody over to help you after you go down, and they'll just like either be running around you not paying attention, or they'll pick you up like they're supposed to, or they'll like get glitched into something. And it's just like, why am I waiting for the AI to pick me up when I literally asked the AI to pick me up by hitting the button to pick me up? Yeah. So like to just go into your own pocket and revive yourself, I think that's fantastic to be able to do, as long as you make sure to go and get your add-ons when you go to pay for them from whoever you buy those kind of things from. I'm not sure if you ever played what was that game? Phoenix Rising? Immortal Phoenix Rising. But but I went through 90% of that game without upgrading any of my
I call
No. I upgraded my health. I upgraded my stamina, but I went through like 90% of the game without upgrading my potions. And I had no idea how much. I remember telling Kalella, I was like, I haven't done any of my potions at all. Wow. I started to use the potions. I was just lighting. Man, I finished that game so fast after I figured out how to get my potions. Because I was wondering, I was like, man, why does like giving myself a healer barely give any health to my character? So I just did a little research and figured it out, and it was I was very foolish.
Yeah. I didn't get very far in Immortals Phoenix Rising because I don't know, man. There's too many games. Scarlet Nexus came out around the same time, right?
No. Immortal Phoenix Rising came out back in December of 2020.
Oh yeah, 2020. I got it. I bought it. I played it for a bit, and then I quickly jumped onto something else. I'm not even sure what else it was.
I remember it was around the Cyberpunk launch. It was around that same time, so you might have got stuck onto that.
Cyberpunk was heartbreaking. Let's not
talk about that subject. That's like a whole episode worth of time.
Oh my god. So Tales of Arise gave me lots of Scarlet Nexus vibes. So I'm definitely getting that eventually. I don't know. It looks like a good game, but I don't get the feeling that it's going to be as good as Scarlet Nexus. Tales of Arise seems like just another one in the line of good games that look like it. The Scarlet Nexus for me is still like a Game of the Year contender. Tales of Arise, I'm not sure. I doubt it'll be that good, but it's definitely worth a buy.
Yeah, it is 100% worth a buy, and
we should probably skip the Epic versus Apple.
Okay. A couple more games that. Oh.
Look at his face. That's hilarious. Look at his face. Oh man, I should keep that.
Kamar.
That face. You got froze right there. That was hilarious.
Was it me?
Yeah, you got froze. Your face for doing this the whole time.
Oh God.
It was great. And I hope we keep that on the recording. That was phenomenal. Oh man, right. I'm happy I'm recording still. It's going on.
I'm happy. Welcome to the party, man. Welcome to the party. Ooh, it's hot for the mother.
So Deathloop also launched. Tell me a little bit about what things you do like, what you don't like.
Deathloop is a first-person shooter. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm not a big fan of first-person shooters. It has to be exquisite for me to even give it a chance. Deathloop is not exquisite.
That's a rough thing to say, man. I actually think it is exquisite. It looks really good. Is it
really good? Is not exquisite.
It looks phenomenal. How about that? It looks absolutely great.
Okay, I have a question for you. Can you put Deathloop and Doom 2016 in the same WhatsApp group? Yeah.
I feel like
moving on. Hell no. Man, are you trying to get me to take off my headphones again?
Sure, take them off.
Dude, I'm a professional and you're testing me right now. You're testing me right now.
Okay, whatever.
Oh my God.
Hey, there's a reason that IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
Go on with your mess.
There's a reason that it got a 10 out of 10 from multiple sources. All right? It looks really good. It looks great. Am I in a rush to go get it?
It got a 10 out of 10 because the protagonist is a black dude.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Man, that is some.
I said it.
That's some goofy
there. There. I said it.
Hey, you got 10 out of 10 because of race, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, because it's breaking all the barriers, all the right barriers.
Gosh, you were tripping. You are tripping.
I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe you're putting Deathloop and Doom 2016 in the same group. Are you crazy?
I just feel like there's a reason.
He already established he did.
Out of 10.
He already admitted he was.
Is it as good of a game?
Dude, are you gonna say something outlandish every single episode we have? Because first it was Xbox was the greatest console of all time. First it was Xbox is the greatest console of all time.
That lives in your head. That lives in your head.
Dude, are you crazy? Xbox is not the greatest console of all time. It's not.
Wait. Don't we have a problem with the word crazy? Wait, I mean, quit giving yourself walls running.
You know what? It fits for you. Crazy fits for you.
Okay. Yeah.
You out your damn mind. Look at you. You're making me bring out my fake American accent. Come on.
Well, you guys,
carry on talking about Deathloop, man.
Ni no Kunai 2 launched also on the Switch, Lamar.
Ni no Kuni,
I know that we're big fans of the Switch.
Oh, yeah, I like the Switch, but I don't even know what that game is. I don't know what it is. What is it? I don't know.
Ni no Kuni. Dude, you are testing me today.
What is that game? What does Kuni mean?
Okay, Ni no Kuni is a turn-based game, basically.
Oh,
it's a turn-based game.
Oh,
come on,
bro!
Look at you! Look at you! Look at
disgusting.
you! Look at your cultureless self. Look at your cultureless self. Come on, you're exposing yourself right now. Okay, moving on.
So you said it was turn-based?
Yeah.
I can't handle it.
Are you done?
Oh man, talking about that, yeah, I am done.
All right, Kelala, listen. Personally, for me, I'm very excited for Ni no Kuni 2 being released. It's a grind-heavy game. From what I've heard and read, you're looking at upwards of 60 hours to complete the story. So I cannot wait to jump into it sometime in December, as soon as I get my PS5. Ham, wake up!
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Moving on.
You still talking
Kalala.
about?
You guys, we've gotta wake Ham up. Call of Duty Vanguard. Ham,
Oh man,
does that get you excited enough?
did you wake me up to vomit? Because that game does not look interesting whatsoever to me. I'm sorry, but to me, I look at Call of Duty the same way I look at Madden. Copy, paste. We already have a Call of Duty that looks like World War II, except this Call of Duty that has World War II features has red dot sights. How the hell does somebody got a red dot sight in that time? It just, the game doesn't add up for me. I mean, in the trailer, the dude headbutts a dude without a helmet. He doesn't have a helmet. He's headbutting a dude with a helmet on. That told me a lot about that game. Just that little scene right there where he was just like, you have a helmet on and I don't. That's exactly what it feels like listening and playing that game. I'm sure. Is this just stupid? It's just you repeatedly running your head into somebody else's helmet and thinking that they're getting hurt. It's trash.
So that was the take, man.
What's the other game that's a Crossfire? I'm even more excited for Crossfire X to come out than I am with this.
I have a question.
Vanguard,
I have a question
man.
for you.
This can go out of the door for me, man.
I have a question for you. Since I'm not a first-person shooter expert, I'm going to defer to you, and I'm going to ask you a simple question.
I ain't no expert now. I ain't no expert. I just enjoy playing it.
You enjoy them more than me, more than I do. Ham, is your opinion not tainted by the situation, the legal issues that the publisher of Call of Duty is going through?
Are you talking about with Activision?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say I could care less about that because it is a very serious issue and I don't even want to get into it because it's too touchy for me.
No, I just need you to say, like, is your view of the game tainted by the legal issues?
No, I thought the game was trash. I mean,
objectively.
No. I honestly don't really like Call of Duty that much anymore because it's just too copy and paste. It has nothing to do with what's going on behind scenes, even though what they got going on behind scenes is trash.
Okay, so don't give me a long soliloquy. Just answer this question. if there was no legal issues at Activision, would Call of Duty Vanguard be trash to you?
Yes.
All right.
It's been trash for a while. I have Cold War, but I didn't buy it. The only reason I have that game is because somebody else shelved over $60 and sent it to me. They sent me that game, and they're like, you gotta try it. It's so good. It's different. This will be your first PC game to throw onto your 3080, and it looks gorgeous. It plays fine, but to me, I'm just at the same level I was at in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I'm playing the same kind of levels, and it's just not fun.
I need friends. I need friends like you got friends, man. You need to add me to whatever group you're at, man, because I could do with a $60 game just getting chucked at me. Just saying, even if it's a bad one. Even if it's a bad one, it's fine.
Yeah, I think he was kind of sad when he figured out how little I cared about that game, because as soon as he bought it, we played it for a little bit. I'm not into the zombies thing. I just think it's too.
Speaking of buying games together. Speaking of buying games together, Death Stranding, still not interested?
I've become a little bit more interested in buying that game. I've been watching some videos and stuff, and it's just
I think he likes it.
It's just how good that game looks that it's kind of pulling me in. But but see, that's my issue right now is I haven't seen enough action in that game yet. I've only seen people interacting with things, and it looks beautiful, but I'm not sure if it's my game yet.
Take what I'm about to tell you and just internalize it. Video games are more than boom, boom, pow, pow.
No, I get that. No, I 100% understand that. Or else, I mean, I wouldn't have liked several games that I've beaten. I mean, like particularly like what's that?
Look at you struggling.
Game. No, the
Look
Edith
at you.
Finch game. No, the Edith Finch game.
That took a minute, man. That took a minute.
That's just one of the ones that I've completed recently that I know that there's not a whole lot of bang bang and boom boom in that game. It's just a whole lot of story. And those games,
there's action in Death Stranding, dude, but it's not the whole pie. And Death Stranding is an experience, man. You need to feel it wash over you for like a month or two. And I promise you, 6 months later, you will still be having revelations about what Death Stranding means to you. It's fantastic.
Well, that was a great episode. I really appreciate all of your guys' input on the games and the topics for this week. And just give us a little bit of an idea about what games you're going to be playing for the next 2 weeks. Cam?
All right, so I'm 100% going to be playing the Halo Infinite tech preview next weekend as well, because they're adding big team battle to it, and that's going to be just fantastic. 12 on 12. I'm going to be driving the Warthog all over the place. It's going to be an absolute blast. So I'm going to be playing
it's the
that
first
game.
Person shooter.
I'm going to finish Kena. I'm definitely going to finish Kena this week. And then I really don't know. I know Back 4 Blood comes out in a few weeks, so I might check that out.
All right. Listen. I'm not saying first-person shooters are bad, okay? They're just not my bag of tea. Is it bag of tea? Cup of tea. Yeah, they're not my cup of tea. I can play a first-person shooter, but it has to be like the creme de la creme of first-person shooters. Things like Doom,
Halo.
Things like Halo. Yes. Halo is very, very good. What other first-person shooters are really good? Yeah, that's all I got. Call of Duty is not worth it for me. Like, one of my biggest frustrations with Call of Duty as we veer off the highway to the end of the show. One of my biggest frustrations with Halo is the short campaigns. I think Halo would be much better if the campaign was 3 times longer. Not 2 times, 3 times. I think the Halo games could be better. As for what I'm playing next, for the next 2 weeks, I will be playing Lake and 12 minutes. I feel very guilty about postponing playing Lake because I pre-ordered it and I was very excited for it and I was gonna play it on launch, and then Aragami 2 showed up and I couldn't help myself. So yeah, Lake and 12 minutes.
All right. So next 2 weeks, I'm going to be playing Kina. It looks adorable, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again for another episode of They Said We Said.
Adios.
Later.